So today we were going to carry on talking about the history of computers, and we learnt that computers were used as early as 400 BC by means of an ancient adding machine which was called the abacus. So the first computer was the ancient adding machine called the A, B, A, B, A, C, U, S. That's right. And then other famous mathematicians such as Leonardo da Vinci and Blaise Pascal, they invented more sophisticated calculators using gears and punch cards. But the next big milestone in the computer history came in 1830, and it was by an English mathematician and inventor, Charles Babbage. And this was a machine that could use and store values of large mathematical tables. So this next big milestone, it was an invention by a man called Charles. Cheeky. Charles who? Charles. Come on. That arm up. Charles. B. A. B. A. B. O. B. B. A.
M.
A. Come on, finish that word. It was Charles. A. G. E. That's right, Charles Babbage. And then this one could only store numbers. So the next step was the Boolean algebra developed by Boole, which helped correlate these binary digits with our language. For example, zeros equaled false statements and ones equaled true statements. So this binary digits correlated with our language was developed by a man called B. O. B. O. L. E. That's it, and it was called the Boolean algebra. It was cool. So then we look at who the forefathers were of present-day computers, and we got the Harvard Mark I computer, which was designed by Howard Aiken, and this was the world's first digital computer, which made use of electromechanical devices. Developed by International Business Machines, which we know as IBM, and the Harvard University in 1994. So this was the first, what kind of computer? The first G. Go on. What kind of computer was it? It was the first we've done the D, I, G, I, finish that word, I, T, A, come on, finish it off, L, that's right, first digital computer. Yeah, that's where we got to last time. So now, it was a Hungarian-American mathematician, John von Neumann, who had the idea that instructions as well as data should be stored in the computer's memory. And since then, computers have increasingly become faster and more powerful. So these computers, they still had really simple designs, and it was based on a single CPU performing various operations. So these simple designs were based on a single component called the C. Go on. C. P. U. That's right. So these operations would all be formed following an order of instructions, which was called a program, to produce the desired result. So the addition and multiplication were performed by operations following an order of instructions, which were called a P R O G. Hey, come on. I am going to finish that word before I put my pencil down. R O N. Good. It's called a program. Now, when I was little, I remember my dad, we had our first computer, and it's called a ZX81. And my dad had to input these programs into the computer just so we could play a really simple game. And it was all done using the binary codes. So they were made up of zeros and ones. So what did I say that, how did I say that my dad inputted the program? It was using, what code was it using? B. I. Finish that word before we put the pencil down. Come on. I'm going to do this together. B, I, N, B, I, N, A, R. Finish that word. Finish that word. Y. That's right. Inputting it. And it used to take my dad hours and hours to type in these programs, and then after 5 minutes we'd probably be bored of the program. So this is why computers have advanced. Now the next version saw a division of the CPU into memory and arithmetic, and this was another part called an ALU. And it serves separate input and output sections. So it was, we could say that they were classified into 4 generations of computer history, starting with the first generation, which began in about 1937. And this was a vacuum tube that was used, and it was invented in 1904. So the first generation was developed by using a V, A, B, A, C. Go and finish that word off before you put the pencil down. VAC. U. Good. VACU. Finish it off. Come on, forward, put the pencil down.
Go.
Ready? So we've got VACU, UUN, T, U, B, E. Right, that's it. The first one was developed using a vacuum tube. Now, in 1946, the first general purpose digital computer was built, and it was said that this computer weighed 30 tons and had 18,000 vacuum tubes, which it used for processing. So this computer, first vacuum computer, weighed how many tons? 30. That's right, 30 tons. And can you remember how many tubes did I say this computer had? This computer had, when you're ready. One, go on. 8. And how many zeros? 3. 18,000 tubes. And it said that when this computer was turned on for the first time, the lights all dimmed in sections of Philadelphia because it was using that much electricity. And although this was a great invention, these computers could only perform a single task and they had no operating system. So then we look at the second generation.
Oh, yeah.
So this was upgraded by the use of transistors and printed circuit board technology. And this was around 1947 to 1962. And it used transistors instead of vacuum tubes, which were more reliable. So the next second generation used what instead of vacuum tubes? It used When you're ready, mate. Instead of vacuum tubes, this second generation used, go on, go for it. T. Come on, finish that word off. T, R, A, N, S, I, S, T, O, R. Go on, finish it off. Go for the S. Let's finish it off. Go for the S. They did. They used transistors instead of vacuum tubes. Now, these transistors were developed in 1947 by a company called Bell Laboratories. And they were usually made of metal, which was usually silicon, and they were used as the vacuum tubes to switch circuits on and off. So the transistor was developed by a company called... Transistor was developed by a company called... What's the company called? excuse you. B. Finish that word off. Try and keep going. Good to keep going. 15, you're right. B. E. Doing great, mate. Let's finish it off together. B. E. L. L, that's right. A company called Bell Laboratories. Sit down then. 15 more minutes. Oh, still snowing. Have a look at the snow when we finish this. Yeah? Ooh, cold out there.
Go.
I know, look, big snowflakes. Mum's downstairs. Right then, that's it. So we just talked about the next generation, the transistor that was developed by Bell Laboratories in 1947. Now it said that the transistors could be as small as a single molecule, which would allow the computer manufacturers to make the microprocessors, the brains of the computer, smaller and more capable of performing billions of calculations in a second. So these microprocessors are called the what of the computer? B. R. B. R. A. I. N. S. That's right, the brains of the computer. And it said that they were capable of performing billions of calculations in how long? In a S. E. Finish that word off. S. E.
Oh, I know.
Going to work through one question at a time. S. E. C. O. N. O. N. D. That's right. So they were getting faster and faster, which then enabled us to move on to the third generation in the history of computers, and this was in 1963. So this was due to the integrated circuit chip, and these little chips replaced a large number of components. So the third generation was influenced by the C, I, C, I, R, C, I, R. Keep going. We're doing great. C, U, I, T, the circuit, C, H, I, P. That's right, by the circuit chip. And this is what replaced lots of the bigger components. So this meant that computers became much smaller, much more powerful, more reliable, and able to run many different programs at the same time. So these circuit chips allowed computers to... What happened to the computers? They were S. Use your finger if you want. S. M. Do some singing after when we're finished. Okay? S, M, A, L, L, E, right, they enabled them to become much smaller, more powerful. Anything else? M-O-R. Try and finish that word off. M-O-R-E, more, P-R-O, good. We're doing great. P-R-O, let's finish it off. Come on. P-R-O, G-R-A-M-S. That's right, run more programs. So they would have started. We're going to go 5 minutes at a time, aren't we? Got 10 minutes left, okay? But we're already moving on to the 4th generation. Now this generation, of course, brings us up to sort of modern day as well. And it began in the 1970s. And this began with the introduction of a very large-scale integrated technology which helped to produce a tiny weeny microprocessor that could store millions of pieces of data. So in the 1970s, they produced a tiny microprocessor that could store what? A L O, come on, L O. Finish it off, come on. L O T M O. We're going to do some singing after. Keep it going. M O R M O R. Is that what you want? E I N keep it going. I N F O R M A T I. Finish it off. Go on. Brilliant. A lot more. Go on. Go for the O. Come on, finish it off. O N. That's right. Could store a lot more information. Now, this also based on this technology. They began to produce the first personal computers, and these were manufactured again by the company IBM.